evening's match. I mentioned earlier this evening, Jarchiol got his third goal in the competition, only for Jedinak to equalise for Australia in a 1-1 draw earlier this evening, which effectively keeps both sides in with a chance of qualification for the second round. Well, we heard from Bob Houghton just before kickoff. He said he'd made a couple of changes. In the end, he has made just 2 changes to this India side that lost to Australia. But before then, here is the national anthem of Bahrain.
مملكة البحرين بلد الكرام نهج السلام دستورها للمكانة والوقار ميثاقها نهج
The national anthem of Bahrain, desperate for the 3 points against the side we suspect to be the easy beats in Group C, but we wait to see. Here's the national anthem of India. Bob Houghton on your screens there. So those 2 changes for India. Renedy Singh, the 31-year-old midfielder, comes in for Abhishek Yadav. And they're replacing Rafi, the number 18, and the number 12, Deepak Kumar Mandal. Well, for Bahrain, the big news is that they welcome back their vice-captain, who is captain, of course, for this evening, Salman Isa, the 33-year-old midfielder who plays his football here for Al Arabi. He wears the number 14 shirt. Bernd, we watched this Bahrain side against South Korea. They were outplayed, but they showed a lot of heart.
Absolutely. Salman Isa, he will lead. He's the most influential midfielder in Bahrain. And it's very interesting. Abdullah Omar, he's 25 years old, number 15. Is well known after his impressive display at the 2006 World Beach Soccer, you don't believe it, qualifiers, where he scored 7 goals. It will be interesting to see him on the green surface today.
The referee for this evening, Mod Saleh Subkidin of Malaysia, 44-year-old teacher when he's not refereeing football. He's being assisted by Mu Yu Tsin of China and Mod Sabri bin Mat Daoud of Malaysia. The 2 captains with the shake of the hand. And there we see the Indian starting 11, Bernd. You don't think India can do it?
No, I don't believe it, but we will see a very exciting goalkeeper, Subrata Pal, Pune FC. He reminds me a little bit Higuita. He has a lot of motivation and his movement on the pitch is amazing. Maybe he will motivate his team to an outstanding performance today. And Sunil Chetri, Kansas City Wizards, an international player. It will be interesting how they perform. I know absolutely they will run for their life today.
Salman Sharida, a former international. He coached Pakistan, of course, to the Asian Cup in 2007, as well as the Asian Games.
Don't
in
forget,
Doha 2006.
Yeah, Robbie, he had a great achievement with Malmö FF. 1979, he was a finalist of the European Cup Winners competition. Great achievement.
That's right, Bab Houghton, who's been around the block and knows what it takes to coach here in Asia. He was also an ex-striker with Fulham, most notably Brighton, Hove and Albion, amongst others. We're all set for the start, just waiting on the signal from our match delegate. Make sure that all our television stations have joined us. And it's a false start to get us underway here. Second time lucky, Bahrain needing a win to keep their hopes of qualification alive, while India, can they cause a huge upset? And as you can hear, they are backed by the majority of the crowd inside this quaint version of Old Trafford, the Al Sadd Stadium. And it's an early free kick as well, to be taken by Anwar. Well, we saw against Australia, they work hard. They love to get forward as much as possible. They're a well-organised, counter-attacking side. We expect Bahrain to really take control of this one, to play the football they've been playing in recent years, pushing sides, assumedly better than them, right to the very limit.
They will try to do everything, and I believe they will win this match, because Bahrain surprised the world with a killing run in qualification for South African World Cup, claiming the scalps of Qatar, Uzbekistan, Japan, and famously Saudi Arabia on the way.
Well, here's the early chance, and it's a good ball as well. The header away from Nabi. And then Abdullah Omar, who you mentioned, plays his football for Neuchâtel Xamax. His cross is blocked. Every clearance appreciated by the Indian supporters, all the way back to Mahmoud Mansour. The goalkeeper with Al Rifa. There are 9 foreign-based players in this Bahrain side. 4 of them play their football in Qatar as well. Fawzi Aish, the Moroccan-born number 12, who scored the penalty late on to put South Korea Republic under a bit of pressure, as it's a chance perhaps now for JC John, for Aish. Aish's touch just letting him down a little bit. And he knows it as well, being closed down by Sukumar. Well, Sabrata Pal, he was one of the busiest players on the field in that 4-0 defeat to Australia. He produced a handful of great saves. And we expect him to be busy again this evening. Here come India, though. Pradeep. Ball over the top for Chetri. That's a good ball. And it was a lovely shot on the volley as well, just steering it towards the top corner, and it required saving by Mansour.
Defending mistake, he is alone against 2 and they don't attack him. But the first chance after 3 minutes for India.
And coming from their wizard, the number 11, Sunil Chetri. That's a good ball towards the front post. The header not cleared fully. And now Bahrain can bring it away through their captain, Salman Issa. Wide for Omar, who hasn't been able to keep that in play. There we see that replay again. It was a lovely ball over the top. And Chetri, who knows a thing or two about scoring goals, 19 in 41 international appearances before this evening, including a hat-trick in the match that qualified India for this tournament, the 2008 AFC Challenge Cup, a 4-1 victory over Tajikistan. That's a good ball over the top. Releasing Ismail. The long throw. Helped on by Abhishek Yadav. And now Chetri on the charge up against Abdullah Marzuki, who showed him that he won't be outpaced that easily at the back. Big switch of play towards Ismail again. Not the easiest one to control.
Sharida, the coach, gained a good insight into football in the Indian subcontinent while he was a national coach of Pakistan from 2005 to 2007. And that's why his knowledge is very good, but he underlined a good fighting spirit of India today.
No free kick for JC John. Well, he's expecting a challenge, although I think in his heart of hearts he probably knows that his side have the quality to get past India. It's an interesting initiative, Bert, the Challenge Cup, to bring a side from a developing footballing nation and giving them the stage at the continental showpiece. And they weren't disgraced against Australia either.
Yeah,
it was a one-sided match, but they were there. As it's a ball in to Bahrain. Ismail almost getting on the end of it. Omar now with the chance to play the ball back into the danger zone. He does so. JC John was waiting. Aish. Oh, he's been brought down.
It's a penalty.
And it's a penalty. Just past the 6-minute mark. Stephen bringing down Aish.
There is no doubt it's a clear penalty.
In fact, it's the Indian captain, Climax Lawrence, the number 20, who's brought down Aish, and I don't think they can have too many arguments. Well, Bahrain have only scored one goal in the competition to date. It was a penalty in their first match against Korea on Monday.
Goalkeeper is known as a penalty killer.
Well, let's see. He showed great reflexes against Australia. Subratapal. And we'll see if he can live up to that ever-growing reputation here against Aish. This to give Bahrain the perfect start and settle any early game nerves. And he does so. A cool finish from Fauzi Aish. The Moroccan-born number 12 takes his goal tally for the tournament to 2. And Burnet's going to be uphill for India now.
Yeah, it goes his way. There is no doubt.
Yeah, they'd organised that one. Perhaps they had a feeling they were going to score some goals today. Cool penalty. Eyes on the keeper to see if there's a move either way. I get the feeling he was always going to hit it that way, though, the way his body was shaped. Long ball forward, but rather in hope than anything else from Anwar. Free kick given away by Hamad Rakia, who came into the game against Korea after just 12 minutes. After injury to Hussein Baba. Rashad Al-Houthi has also taken a seat. Abdullah Fatadi, the number 4, is not playing this evening either, as well as Mahmoud Abdul Rahman, who all started against Korea, so 4 changes in this side. That's a great knockdown, and India are level. Barely 60 seconds after falling behind. And Gurumangi Singh, the midfielder who spent pre-season this year with the Melbourne Heart, has popped up with India's first goal of this 15th Asian Cup.
A good free kick, and they have achieved what they wanted. A fantastic goal for the Indians. An enthusiastic crowd here in the stadium. You see, it's not only cricket, even football.
It's a great header. He's already looked dangerous in the air, the big number 9, Abhishek Yadav. And the header down for Gurumangi Singh, who gets his 3rd international goal, but few Indian players in this squad have scored on such a glorious stage. What a proud moment for him. What a proud moment for Indian football as well. And can they produce one of the huge shocks then and go on with this? Chetri with the block on Mazuki. A challenge from Ahmad Rekea, who plays that holding role just in front of the defense. Renedi for Abhishek, and Climax gives it away. But the Indians, well, they'll have to battle hard for everything, India. And of course, if it finishes in a draw, both sides will, in theory, have a chance of qualifying for the quarterfinals. Bahrain, they made the semi-finals in 2004. They've been there before. India, they finished 2nd way back in 1964. But it's a bit of a distant memory. Aish. Dispossessed. Good challenge by Steven Diaz. He's got numbers up front. As Steven Diaz decides to go on a run on his own. That's well played. Now, can he win the race to the ball? He's won the corner. Meshkas. His first touch a little heavy. They have scored from a corner already, India.
The home matches, Robbie, of Qatar are absolutely supported by fanatic fans, but today it's similar. It's an enthusiastic crowd in a small stadium.
It holds just over 13,000, the Al Sadd. And it's just about packed to the rafters. It's a good ball again in towards Abhishek. Cleared this time by Salman Isa. That's a nice touch from JC John. One of 4 foreign-born players in the Bahrain side. JC John hails from Nigeria. Omar, he's born in Chad, Aish, Morocco. Mazuki. That's a good ball over the top. They've just lost his run for a second, and it's the goal scorer, Gurumangi. Well, he just won the league with India with the Churchill brothers in 2009. JC John. Aisha's ball. Punch by Sabrata. Back out to Aish again. Omar showing too much of that to Steven Diaz, who's claiming he was caught on the ankle. And Omar stepping on the foot.
Stands a little bit too long on the foot of his opponent. Yeah, you can see it. It's a foul, nothing else.
Mazuki. Rakia. Meshkas. Ball over the top. He's kept in well. Oh, and that was... Subrata was in all sorts of trouble there for a moment. And it's headed behind by Nabi. And I thought for a moment this was going to be a wonder goal. It wasn't too far away from curling inside that far post. Aish again. With the corner, back post. It's going to come back again. Rakea, it's a good ball, Mazuki's there. And he heads straight at Subrata.
Yeah, he's smiling after his save.
Poor touch in the middle of the park. Wahab, they managed to survive. Climax. Looking to get it forward towards the number 9, Abhishek, who played a big part in India's goal. Good ball for Aish. Good early cross as well. Subrata's in real trouble. And that's 2. An easy finish for Ismail. And once again, Aish is proving a real danger man. Bahrain lead by 2 goals to 1. And that looks like a bit of a mistake from Subrata.
It's too easy. He's free on the left side, inside, 3 against 2.
Well, he produced some fabulous saves against Australia, but that was one moment he won't want to remember.
3 red players against 2, easy. But it's lack of experience, and even they don't speak, they don't explain what they have to do, they are too quiet, enthusiastic, but you cannot win matches this way. Bahrain will be the smallest nation population-wise here. India is the biggest after China.
But 2 very different footballing cultures, Bernd.
Yeah.
Belted away by Nabi, the left back. Omar, the right back, looking for JC John. Not strong enough in the challenge. Chetri, who by all accounts coming out of the US of A, has impressed so far in pre-season with the Kansas City Wizards. No offside flag. Ismail gets it wide to Aish. Good save, Subrata. Again, the pressure comes, and that's not going to go out of play either. Aish keeps it in. And a bit of shirt tugging there on Salman Issa. And a yellow card for Stephen.
A clear result will give our Aussies some sleepless nights, because they know when they have a big final, even Bahrain has a chance to be qualified, and you never know how it goes. There can be a penalty or bad luck.
Towards the back post, Mazuki there. 3 blue shirts though. Nodded out as far as Omar. Omar still, he's got the corner. Well, let's hope the floodgates don't open here too early on, for the match's sake and for India's sake as well. Of course, I'm sure Bahrain, if they do win this, they'll be a point behind Australia, so it doesn't matter how many goals they score. A draw won't be good enough for them. They'll need to beat Australia in their final game. Omar. for Aish again. Still Aish. Little chip over the top from Rakia. Flag stays down. It's a great chance. Surely Ishmael.
Completely outplayed. It goes his way again. Mistakes in the central defenders. There are three players in the line.
And well, if you believe in comparisons between matches of football, which aren't easily comparable in all instances, but Australia took until half-time to score 3 against India.
5 players against 3. How can it be?
And Ishmael couldn't believe his eyes. He's helped himself to probably the easiest brace in Asian Cup history. Abhishek denied by a good challenge from Meshkas. Another free kick for India. And this is where they've been most dangerous. Bob Houghton has clearly worked on set pieces. He knows that it's going to be one of their best chances to score.
The whole tournament, Robbie, there are so many free kicks around the box. It's a huge difference to European football.
Renedy towards the back post. Well, if you're going to hit it looking for a slight deflection or a header, you always have to try and keep it on target as well. We saw that in the match between Iran and Iraq, where Mobali's free kick was looking for a teammate, but in the end it was on target. No one got a touch, and the keeper was balked out of it. And that was just a waste from Renedy Singh.
Okay, sometimes you have to do something, you have to block, but there are so many around, and coaches have to teach their players. We have new rules. You cannot kick from behind in the legs in this area. You have all the specialists, you have new material, the balls are better, the shoes are better, and that's why it's so dangerous.
Chetri.
The question is, can we wait for the gold festival today?
Ooh, that was a strong challenge. Well, we've already had 4 goals. We're not quite midway through the first half as of yet, so if it's goals you want, you're going to be served up aplenty this evening by the looks of things. Kept in play by Renedy Singh, but nobody coming to support him. Omar. Back to Marzuki. Chetri coming to put a bit of pressure on, and Meshkas is forced all the way back to Mansour. Nabi. Flick on from Abhishek. They've got to play it down. Rakia.
It's a very difficult job for Bob Houghton to coach a team. He's not only a national team coach, he's responsible for development of youth football and many other things. And professional domestic league has been running for 3 seasons only. 14 teams are fighting for the premiership in India, and the door has opened for Asian Champions League as well, but it's a very short time.
They've also got one side, which is, as we see, that 3rd goal, the 2nd for Ishmael Abdulatif. Very simple finish. Poor old Sabrata Pal once again absolutely abandoned by his teammates. They have the under-19 national side actually plays in the I-League, as it's known, the Indian First Division. As again, Abhishek gets the flick on. It's a good way to ensure that those under-19 Indian players get some first-team football instead of just sitting on the bench and training with pros. JC John. Oh, that's a lovely ball for Aish, who takes off down that left flank again. The left foot of Aish, crossing low towards the front post. Chetri. That's well played. First time we've seen them knock a few passes together into feet. But Abhishek surrounded by red shirts. Meshkas again. Just past the midway point now. It's already 3-1 to Bahrain. If you've missed the opening goal bonanza, took just 3 minutes for Bahrain to open the scoring. 9 from the penalty spot, 8 minutes rather, excuse me. And then a minute later, India were level with their first goal of the competition. But any thoughts of a huge upset were short-lived. 2 more goals to Ismail in the 16th and 19th minutes. Foul by the Indian captain. Well, he may have got the ball, but he also collected the player. Abdullah Al-Dakil, the number 20, the player fouled there for Bahrain. And we've got Ibrahim Meshkas, a big central defender who plays for the Giants. Al-Mubarak, who's lining this one up on the left foot. Meshkas just telling his teammate, that's all right, I'll look after this one. Only finds the wall. Second attempt, he gets it wide to his captain, Salman Iza. Meshkas again. Iza again. That's a good ball. Iza's cross towards JC John, the header coming from Al-Dakil.
That's good header.
Lovely cross as well from Iza. Al-Dakil is playing upside alongside JC John. Abhishek beaten this time. JC John again. This time he decides not to go towards Aish. Looking further afield towards Ismail. India just belted upfield. Well, I was wondering before kickoff, Bernd, if Bahrain, after a courageous performance against South Korea, Korea Republic, where they battled hard, they gave them a bit of a scare towards the end as well. But a match against India, we heard the coach say it's much easier to motivate yourselves to play Australia and Korea Republic than it is to motivate yourself for a match against India. I think that goal to India was probably the best thing that could have happened to Bahrain. They concede that goal and it's an early wake-up call.
Yeah, and I personally believe it's absolutely not necessary always to say don't underestimate India. They are a strong team, they are a fighting team, and it will be very difficult. I think this team should be confident, and they have to know today we have to win this match and we have to score goals. At first we have to win and then we have to score goals, because we want to keep our chances alive to be qualified for the next round. If they do so, they have a great chance. I'm a little bit wondering now that India, they don't bring so much players behind the ball. They play classical 4-4-2. And there are big holes in the defense. Maybe it should be better to play more for counter-attacks, to wait, they are the underdogs. But otherwise, I should respect Bob Horton's idea. You know, he's teaching football, and at first you have to tell them a system, to explain what they have to do, but it's not successful. And they have no chances even in their last game with South Korea.
Well, you've been a national team coach. You are a national team coach. When you've played sides that everyone thinks you should beat, what have you said to your players? How have you prepared them mentally? You know Holger Osik as well very well. What would he have been telling the Socceroos, for example, in the last match?
Every coach has that experience with underdogs, and especially today, if you play such a team, you know, you can speak, but players...
Flag up for offside against Chetri. It was a lovely little touch. The head around.
Only centimeters.
Meshkas, it was very close. We're right in line with that decision as well. On the replay, it looks very, very close indeed.
Bob Horton is very motivated. Is under pressure, but I feel with him.
Omar cutting inside, ball in towards the back post. Al-Dakir was arriving late on the scene. I'm sure the young striker would love to add to his 4 international goals as well if everyone else is getting in on the act. Ismail Abdulatif is a regular goal scorer with the national side. The header is a good one, helped on its way, but only as far as Rakea. Wahab for Ismail again. Mazuki denied by a climax. A lovely ball over the top for Isa again. India's goal scorer clears it away. Guramangi Singh, but they're coming back again, the red shirts. Renedy for Chetri, nice turn again, getting the better of Meshkas. Stephen Diaz. Well, they've got plenty of numbers forward. Missed by Pradeep, but Renedy is there. Little chip inside to Chetri, that's well played. They've won another corner.
Haven't been a long time not in front of Bahraini's goal.
Renedy Singh played the last 11 minutes against Australia in the starting lineup this evening. Rakea's header for Omar, helped on towards JC John. Isa. Ismail. Rakea back to his keeper Mansour.
Yeah, back to Holger Osik. He will tell not too much because the Australians did a brilliant job in their last 2 matches against India and even today against South Korea. And that's why they are full of confidence and they are able to manage this match. But you never know in football. If there is a big motivation for Bahrain, or you can get a penalty, or there is a deflection and you have bad luck, then it's easily possible you are out of this competition. And that would be a big shame for everybody from the Australian side.
Well, Australian fans will know that Bahrain caused the Socceroos plenty of problems in the World Cup qualifiers as well for South Africa 2010. And I'm sure they won't be taking their 3rd match lightly. Perhaps to look at the other side of the coin, South Korea, after 2 big matches to start the Asian Cup, will now have a 3rd game where they can take it a little bit more easily. Would you change your squad? Would you give the bench players a chance, or would you keep the starting 11 so as to maintain their rhythm? We've seen it work both ways in recent international tournaments when sides are qualified after 2 games, or as good as give the subs a run, but sometimes that causes a little bit of friction in the squad because the players feel, well, he's playing his second team now, which means I'm a member of the second team, not the first team. There's always politics inside a changing room.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that looked like a little hand. Oh, chip over the top for Ismail. And he's got number 3 for himself, number 4 for his side.
Great decision of the referee to give advantage. It looks like handball, but he saw the situation.
And Ismail with a perfectly timed run. Again, the defense was nowhere. And a simple finish. He scored 3 of the most simple goals.
No handball, clear goal.
Well, that was the most difficult of his 3 goals so far. Bahrain lead India. Perhaps with that goal, you would have thought India were full of confidence, that they thought, come on, we've got the goal, now let's try and go on with it. It hasn't happened for them at all, and they're looking like they could concede at just about every time Bahrain step on the accelerator. Renedy Singh. Ball towards Chetri. He should have perhaps got his head on that one. Ismail. Ball in, Chetri there again, Mazuki. And he dealt with that well enough in the end, off the thigh. Meshkas helps him out, and Isa earns the throw. 9 minutes to go until half-time.
It was much more difficult for Australia to play India because they played very, very compact against Australia. It was very, very difficult to break the wall. But today, I believe India wants more. They tried to do something, they scored a goal, they opened the defense, and I haven't seen such horrible holes in the defense against Australia. And now it's 4-1. If they go back, the Indians, it will be difficult even for Bahrain. They have not individual class to break this wall. But today, they do so much for the offense, and it gives great opportunities for Bahrain. If they continue to play, we will see many goals more.
Well, it's part of that innate football training, isn't it? When you're a kid coming through the youth academies, you learn not to leave too much space between the midfield and the defence for people to get into, playing in between the lines. Like that little pass from Al-Dakir, who's won it back again. They also teach you not to give the ball away 25 metres out from your own goal. Oh, lovely touch from JC John, Al-Dakir. Good save. How about that for a back heel from JC John?
Miraculous touch.
Well, that's more like the Subrata Pal that we saw against Australia, throwing himself at the feet of the attacker. Abhishek losing out to Rakea. Ismail. JC John. Again, the flag has stayed down. JC John's turn for his first goal of the tournament. Oof. Well,
I was right.
that way.
It will be a goal festival today. Definitely. There's so much space.
Keeping him on the far side. What a shame. Al-Dakir's touch was just putting it too far ahead of him. And I'm sure JC John will want to get amongst the goals here. as Meshkas cleans up, again under a little bit of pressure. It certainly does seem that way. They're not playing that single one-out running, counter-attacking football, long balls over the top that they played against Australia. They're trying to play football, India. They're getting the ball into those wide positions through Renedy Singh on the left, Stephen Diaz on the right. They're looking for the flick-ons from Abhishek for Chetri. And we'll see it again here. And he gets it again. I know, Bernd, you're not a big fan of long ball football, but sometimes you have to play to the strengths you have. And Abhishek's doing a good job of getting the flick-ons at the moment, the number 9 for India.
Every coach has another philosophy, but I believe long balls in the center of the pitch from central defenders, it's not the future of football. If you see the best team, they are playing on the ground. The pitches are excellent. These are billiard pitches, especially here in Qatar. And the way of football is combinational football. You have no chance in the air if you see the best teams, Arsenal, Chelsea, Barcelona, Real Madrid. They play on the ground, one-touch football. There is no way to break high defenders with high and long balls. Even the goalkeepers start to play Edwin van der Sar. They are the first defenders. They open the match with good passing football.
Well, Salman Sharida has gone and turned his back on his defence because they've given away another free kick in a dangerous part of the field. Renedy Singh, the right-footed number 8, gets it up over the wall. But it's always curling up over the crossbar as well. Just over 4 minutes to go in the first half, regulation time. Well, let's have a look at those stats then. You can see that India playing much deeper. Their centre of their heat map, about 35 metres out from their own goal, as Al Dakil with another opportunity to try and hit number 5 there. Chetri. He's a tricky little customer, Chetri. Gets it back to his captain, Climax. Pradeep. Again, we see India trying to play this football. Little push in the back from Chetri on Marzuki. Referee waves play on, but that's a poor throw from Mansoor. Chetri. Touchdown for Pradeep. Climax. Good switch of play for the overlapping fullback, Nabi. The tackle from Omar. Throw taken quickly. Renedy. Climax. Stephen. Climax again. Now Renedy's wide down this left flank. In comes the cross. It's a poor ball this time. Nodded away by Marzuki. Again there. JC John first to the ball and then under no pressure. But you were telling me that with the Belarus national team, which have guided to an all-time high in the world rankings, that as soon as one of your defenders sees their opponent's back to you, they go pressing, full-on pressing. As soon as they see a player in possession with their back to you, put the pressure on, don't let them turn.
That's the rule. If you see a back of a defender, go attack him, press him, don't let him play. It's so easy to follow. I think
it's not being used.
Yeah, everything went smoothly today for Bahrain. They scored the first goal, but then there was a crucial moment. 1-1, and in this moment, India should go back and try to bring this result to the next 15-20 minutes. Make Bahrain nervous, but they open the defense, they try to achieve more, and then 2-1, 3-1, 4-1. There is no experience, but we should respect India, and we will do so because, you know, if you have not a league, if you have no tradition in football, it's very, very difficult. it's a great achievement to be here. They will learn. It's a motivation. People are looking TV in India. And it's good. And you see amazing attendance here of Indians in the stadium.
Well, it's a 13,000 plus capacity crowd, and I'd say about 9,000 or 10,000 of the fans in attendance are Indian supporters, and that is great to see. People for so long have said it's not a footballing nation, but they love football in India. Perhaps they love cricket a little bit more.
Yeah, they do so. But football in south of India is very popular. It's coming and coming. But lack of development, lack of facilities.
Omar. No flag against Ismail. I think he was convinced he was offside. Subrata Paul. Now perhaps a chance for India to break again. 1 minute of stoppage time. And perhaps a chance for Bahrain, rather. Al-Dakil. Oh. Well, that's his third gilt-edged opportunity to get his name on the score sheet here. Again, it's a little 1-2 with J.C. John. Ooh, he tried to hit that with the outside of his left foot. Watch his left foot here. Well, that would have been something special if he'd managed to curl that one into the far top corner. Stephen settles things down. Left by Al-Dakil, but beats everyone. Referee blows on the half-time whistle. Bahrain comfortably in command here at the Al Sadd Stadium. They lead India 4-1. Fauzi Aish opening the scoring on 8 minutes from the penalty spot. Equaliser just a minute later for India, coming from the boot of Guramangi. Ismail then helped himself to a hat-trick and Byrne. Nothing to say, probably a little bit disappointing from India. We were expecting a little bit more fight, but Bahrain looking very comfortable.
Absolutely. But they scored a goal. It's a great achievement. The first goal in this tournament for India.
Aish, he got his second. After seeing that game against Korea Republic earlier today as well, what do you think the potential of these sides is that we've seen so far to go all the way?
I believe it will be very, very hard to beat Bahrain. But if Australia is concentrated, if they play the way they played so excellent with India, sometimes, especially in the first half, one-touch football for more than 10, 15 balls. It was amazing to see that. And even the second match, how strong they fought back in after receiving this goal against South Korea, and the discipline of this team. That's why I believe they will win this match. But it's always difficult, and Bahrain, they are the underdogs. If they are compact, it could be very, very difficult. But so much experience in the Australian team, the beginning of the goalkeeper, and it ends with QL and KL, that if they are quiet and if they find a way to play, they can manage it. I saw Japan and Iran and the defending champion Iraq, and I haven't seen such a good organization as I have seen from the Australian teams. That's why personally I expect a final Australia versus South Korea.
Well, a lot can change between now and then, I suppose, and there's a lot more football coming up here. One of the questions for Bahrain is now, do they take their foot off the accelerator a little bit? Do they look to just maintain India at arm's length? They don't need any more goals.
it's clear now. India is out. They scored 4 goals. They will win this match. Will they run for 90 minutes to be exhausted after this match? Or can they make some changes and they slow down as Australia did? For me, understandable in a very long tournament. You have to come good in a tournament and then you can manage everything. And you know, Holger Osik, he's so experienced and he's a world champion together with Franz Beckenbauer in 1990. He knows so much how to play tournaments, and that's why I think the Australian team is on the right way.
Well, Bahrain will like to think they're also on the right track. They pushed Korea Republic. Even if they left their run a little bit late. And of course, for them, the next match against Australia in this group, of course, this is all assuming that Korea Republic will be too strong for India, which I think we can all take as a given, considering what we've seen so far.
They will rest some players. Exactly, they won't play with the best team. That's what I expect. They have...
As here come India. A rare foray forward. Steven Diaz. Can he get the ball in? Now the cross. Well, they've got the corner, India. They've had plenty of corners. That was Sukumar Singh, the right back, overlapping down that side and getting the corner off Ibrahim Meshkas. Well, there were no changes to either side at half-time. The Indian substitutes just heading out of their dugout to go and start warming up. Both sides were out warming up at half-time as well. Stevens' ball towards the front post. Rikea with the header. And it will be another corner immediately for Steven Diaz. Towards the front post again, and again Rikea.
I'm a little bit surprised they have only one tall central defender. It doesn't go forward for a corner kick to show presence in the box.
Well, the number 19, Guramangi Singh.
Yeah.
He was the goal scorer in this match already, so perhaps he feels to a certain extent his job is done. Big clash of heads. And we've got Climax Lawrence down on the ground and calling for medical assistance immediately. Aish, he's going to make his way to the sideline under his own steam. There's the clash of heads. Climax Lawrence just checking for any blood. I don't think there is. So he'll be able to rejoin more or less immediately. Aish is asked to leave the field of play as well before he's allowed to return. So both sides momentarily reduced to 10 men. And already burnt at the start of this second half. We've seen that India are doing most of the attacking, so perhaps...
I'm a little bit wondering about that they are not changing tactics. They are still with 2-3 strikers in front. You know, they have to avoid a disaster now, and they can do it very easily if they bring at least 6-7 players behind the ball and do it always and play for counter-attack. I'm a little bit wondering that they are going for pressing now.
Chetri doing the pressing on Meskash. All the way back to Mansour. Anwar with the initial header. Now Renedy Singh. No free kick. As Ismail tackled himself. There's a free kick. Ismail claiming he got the ball. Foul on Pradeep, who's not the fastest man in midfield. Now the free kick for Steven Diaz. Straight at goal, roar from the crowd, but straight at Mansour. And now the counter-attack is on. Omar making the run, but he'll never get there. JC John, just a spectator in the middle.
The Bahrainis have so much space for counter-attacks. If they take it seriously, they can score more goals. They are so open, the Indians, in their defense.
Chetri for climax, looking to get it wide to Renedy Singh. The shot! Oh, surely! At the third time of asking, Chetri has his goal. India are back on the score sheet. It's 4-2 to Bahrain. But what a strange and bizarre and excellent in the end goal.
Amazing to see the supporters here. They are so happy for their second goal.
Now, did the first effort cross the line? The second didn't. Renedy Singh with a fabulous shot. Mansour beaten all ends up. I don't think it did cross the line. Abhishek couldn't put it away, but Chetri could. Oh, it did cross the line, well and truly. Well, that's an interesting one. I wonder who will be credited with that goal then. Surely it's for Chetri, but it should be for Renedy Singh.
We have to be neutral, but if we see a third goal for India, it will be the hell in the stadium here.
We were just saying that India were coming out attacking, and it did appear as though Bahrain had taken their foot off the accelerator a little bit. Chetri inside for Pradeep. Abhishek and the crowd are sensing something here. Gurumanga. Back to Subrata. Flag up for offside against Abhishek. Aish. The cross. Ooh, and JC John almost got there. He's clattered into Subrata Paul. Guramangi wants to have a word to JC John.
But it was very unlucky for both goalkeeper and Casey. Very, very unlucky.
It was a fairly fierce collision in the end between the two. Good piece of goalkeeping. But it's there for the striker to go for.
With his whole body, he cannot stop running.
As we see the goal again. Now let's have a look.
Bad luck. You know.
It does cross the line.
Yeah.
Abhishek couldn't put it away, but Chetri kept a cool head. He picked his spot despite Mansour throwing himself across the face of goal.
Like Frank Lampard's goal versus Germany. World
Frank
Cup in
Lampard
South
didn't
Africa.
score against Germany.
Yeah. That's why I say we need a chip and ball.
A chip in the ball to avoid. Well, fortunately that time it didn't cost India a goal. Another flick on from Abhishek. Oh, that's given away poorly by Subrata Pal. JC John can't put away the loose ball. Well, India have now scored twice against Bahrain, Bern. What weaknesses do you see at the back for them? They've got two very big, tall central defenders.
Yeah, it's a special match. I don't know. Maybe they are not so concentrated anymore. They know already the job has been done, and that's one reason. But the second reason could be a small sign for our Australian team. If you put this team a little bit under pressure, they are panicking, they are struggling. They cannot find a way for combinational football. And even the Indians, they pressed them a little bit, and it didn't work for Bahrain. They are so nervous together with the crowd, enthusiastic fans.
Well, the ideas are good for India in this second half. It's just a matter of execution now. Wow. That was a nasty foul on the captain, Salman Isa.
Was injured. He
Surkamur.
came back from injury.
Yeah, this is his first appearance in the competition. He doesn't want to be injured immediately as well. Meshkas. Guramangi with the header over JC John. Meshkas again. Again, he looks for the switch of play. It's a good ball. Keeper doesn't come for it this time. Ismail. Now he's still got two in the middle to aim for. Guramangi is there. And he concedes the corner. Taken short. JC John back out to Salman Isa. Well, completely mishitting.
Yeah, he's a very influential midfielder, the captain, number 14. But you can see he's not ready now. He looks already tired. Maybe there will be a change, or he will test him.
Again, the flick on from Abhishek. Steven Diaz was taking off down the right-hand side. Salman Isa with a great switch of play for Ismail. They've got three to aim for in the middle. Ismail's done well. It's a good cross towards the back post. JC John with the nod down. And Climax Lawrence clears. Steven Diaz. Sulkumar. Forward towards Chetri. Scorer, officially at least, of the second goal for India. Pradeep. Flag up for offside against JC John. Now what's going on here? Has the referee spotted something? He's having a word to Meshkas. And I think it's about the black bicycle pants he's got under his shorts, which the referee spotted and didn't like the look of. Marzuki with the header as far as Wahab. Wahab still going. Aish. Oh, tackles flying in. And it's going to be a yellow card for Aish. And that is very bad news, because that's his second of the tournament. He received a yellow card in the first match, and that is a nasty challenge as well from Aish on the Indian skipper. Studs raised, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Absolutely dirty.
That looked very painful indeed. Well, for his punishment, Aish receives a second booking of the tournament, and that could be an important factor in the match against Australia. Aish will be missing. Here he goes. Aish still going. Issa with the overlapping run. Oh! Great save from Sabrapal. Not sure he knew too much about it.
Fantastic goalkeeper. Against Australia, he did the same. Miraculous save.
Aish. The referee wants to have a word to the goal scorer Guramangi and the striker JC John. Aish towards the front post. Oh, it might be there for Meshkas. Back out to Aish. The header from Abrishek. Aish again. Still going Aish. Looking for the pen. Oh, he's off. This is going to be his second yellow card, and he knows it as well. Well, if you were Salman Sharida, the Bahrain coach, Bert, how would you be feeling about one of your best players as well?
I had it on my lips to ask the question to substitute him, because he cannot help him against Australia to test another player who can step in this team, and in that moment he tried to betray. What a diver.
And a good piece of refereeing as well from Mod Salah Subkidin of Malaysia. He spotted it immediately. It wasn't the most difficult one to spot. And Bahraini coach Sharida did not look once at his player. Well, that is quite remarkable from Fawzi Aish. He's your side's penalty taker. He's an important element down this left-hand side. He's skillful, the Moroccan-born number 12, and he's out of the game against Australia.
He will truly be missed, Fawzi Aish, because he was very, very aggressive, even in first game.
Well, a yellow card for a very nasty challenge, which could possibly have brought red on its own, and then a minute later, a second yellow for diving. And the chant of India, India. Well, if ever they were going to do it, Bernd, it has to be now, India, if ever they're a chance against 10 men.
No, I don't.
Chetri. Can he produce something here? Chetri! Ooh! And the flag quite rightly staying down. Meshkas keeping him on. Let's see how close it was.
They lost completely control over this match. Bahrain is panicking. They don't find a way.
Steven Diaz again looking for Chetri. Omar across in cover. Well, Chetri is a diminutive striker, but he's growing in stature with every minute here. He's causing the big back two for Bahrain all sorts of problems. Oh, and that's his turn to go in over the ball. No problems.
But you know, it's 4-1. It's 4-1. It's a quiet situation. Yeah, it was 4-1. It's a situation you should never have a red card in such a match. You should finish quietly, under control, and everything smoothly, and they have it shows lack of class.
Well, they came out right from the start of the second half. They looked, we suspected they might be having one eye on their final match. Again, the flag stays down. Well, their offside trap is not working at all. as Abhishek just buckled in the area. We're going to see a substitution in a couple of moments for Bahrain, with Mohammed Abdul Rahman, who started the match against Korea Republic. He's going to come into the game. Plays his football here in Qatar for Al Shamal. And he's another quality player as well. Rahman, player of the tournament in the AFC Champions League 2008 with Al Muharraq. Oh, again, it's a fairly sloppy control from Marzuki. Chetri's got in there. Support coming from Meshkas. Steven Diaz. They're using their extra man to great advantage here at the moment. Pradeep was making the run, the shot always drifting wide.
They are deep in trouble, Bahrain. And even, you know, if they score the third goal now, we can have a sensation.
It could be
today.
game on. Well and truly game on, which is, of course, the logo of this 15th Asian Cup. So Mahmoud Abdel Rahman comes into the game as Abdullah Al-Dakir, who didn't do much really out there against India, spurned a couple of chances in the first half. Nabi with the throw. That's poor. Buddy raises his hand to apologize immediately to his teammates Anwar Ali. Big number 5, the tallest player in this Indian side, as we have a look at Sunil Chetri's statistics there. An out-and-out striker. A tricky little customer as well with ball at feet. Pradeep, only as far as Rakia, over the top. Well, do the 10 men of Bahrain try and get another goal just to kill off India, or they concentrate on defending now?
They will defend.
Iza, Rakia. Wahab, Rakia again. Oh, the touch almost falls to JC John. Subrata ball. Looks long. Well, now we will see a little bit more the quality of this India side. Can they make their extra man count? Can they tactically and technically make the most of this advantage now? Narendra Singh can't keep that one in play on the far side of the field.
I had a nice talk with Uzbekistani coach Vadim Abramov this morning, and he said, you know, his experience, if you put Arab teams, especially teams from the Gulf, under pressure, if you disturb them, they are struggling. It's absolutely true. If I see Bahrain today, even the Indians, if they press them a little bit, if they put pressure on the ball, on the player, they cannot find a way. They have not the class to split.
As JC John lays it back to Rakia. Into the new man, Rahman. Iza. Oh, he's gone without it. Rahman takes over. Iza now. Back for Rahman. That's well played. Flag stays down, but it's overhit. Goal kick.
And you can see even now Bahrain. The first attack now, after minutes of struggling, minutes of panic, minutes of known football.
Subrapal, long down the middle, looking for Abhishek. Surkumar for climax. That's well played by Steven Diaz, who's won it back. Surkumar again. Good switch of play. That's using the extra man well. Stretching Bahrain. Oh, it's the mistake. The keeper, Mansour, not hearing the call. Marzuki. And it's a rushed clearance forward. Climax, and Sharida now is absolutely furious with his side. They've stopped playing, as you said, Bern. Renedy Singh wants it on his right foot. That's poor pass from Climax. Lawrence just trying to chip it again towards the head of their big man up front, Abhishek. And they are panicking, Bern.
He has to give him an information. He has to shout or to do something to give him, just to tell him, I'm here.
Free kick, says the referee. Nabi claims that Ismail was making a back for him. And the substitute, number 13, Mahmoud Abdul Rahman, is taking an age to go and collect the ball. We're inside the final 20 minutes. Bahrain still in the driving seat by 4 goals to 2. They will, if it stays this way, move to 3 points in the group after their 2 matches, 1 point behind both Korea Republic and Australia. The header from Surkumar. And now the long ball, the counter-attack for Chetri. Omar looks a solid right back, the number 15.
It's a player who's coming from beach soccer. But he did a good job on the right side.
Even if he didn't necessarily keep that one in play, I don't think. Double substitution for Bob Houghton's India. Are they going to go for the jugular here? Diaz tries one, bouncing just in front of the keeper, but not causing him any undue concern. Deepak Kumar Mandal, the defender from Mohun Bagan, is preparing to come into the game. And so is the midfielder Mirajuddin Wadu, whose nickname with his club East Bengal is the Tank. Omar. Again, Sharida turns away in disgust as his side are unable in this second half to string any passes together. So Pradeep is coming off to be replaced by Meera. And the other player coming off is Renedy Singh, who had a big hand in both goals for India so far. In this one, he's replaced by Deepak. As play continues quickly, and it's Bahrain. Oh, with a great chance here for Rahman. And it's deflected somehow over the crossbar. Well, again, that was some fairly scary defending from India at the back. And in the end, a great tackle. Rahman with the ball towards the back post. It's a good ball and it's a good save from Subrata. As Ismail goes down. Oh, I think he might have got a couple of studs across the midriff there. Let's have a look. Absolutely he did. This is a bit of a nasty foul from Subrata Pal.
Yeah, but That's
protecting himself. That's goalkeepers.
Yeah, it's goalkeeping, I think.
Well, the first wasn't a bad reflex save as well. Palmed it up in the air.
Yeah, it's very painful.
I'm sure 3 goals will take away some of that sting for Ismail.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's official attendance is 11,032.
Over 11,000 in this stadium, which official capacity is just 13,000. It's just about a full house. And the vast majority are supporting India, and everyone, I suspect, is enjoying the show. JC John, strong. Oh, but then unable to keep the ball at his feet.
But he's the most exciting striker in this team, and he's always dangerous.
No free kick, says the referee. Nabi with a rare run forward from his left-back position. JC John. 14 minutes left. Isa. Rahman. Good switch of play from Rakia. That's a lovely touch. Oh, and that's a fabulous goal. And Ismail has helped himself to 4. He goes with a rather muted celebration in front of the Bahraini supporters. And perhaps with just 13 minutes left, any thoughts of an Indian comeback now have been extinguished.
Excellent movement, but you know, there is so much space for him.
It was just that little jink around Anwar Ali which opened up the space for the shot.
Give him a rest. Rest him for the big clash versus Australia. The best player of Bahrain.
JC John taking a seat as Ismail heads to the top of the goal-scoring charts in this Asian Cup with 4 goals. They've all come this evening. And as Bernd just told us, JC John has taken a seat, replaced by the number 4, Abdullah Fatadi, who's a defensive midfielder. He was the man you spotted trying to do the man-marking job on Park Ji-sung against Korea Republic.
He couldn't follow. It was a man-to-man marking over the whole pitch all the time, but he couldn't stop this outstanding menu player, Yin-Sung Park.
Foul by Wahab on Chetri. There is Abdullah Fatadi into the game then. Abdullah Fatadi, like JC John, is Nigerian-born Bahrain international. He actually went to Neuchâtel Xamax with the right-back Abdullah Omar.
Yes, the most influential midfielder, Salman Isa, captain, who is now with the ball. He's hiding on the left side. He's not ready, coming back after injury. He will try to test him today.
I think he's just asking to be substituted. In fact, Bern, as you make that analysis of the situation, I think you're spot on, because he's standing on the touchline. He's been talking to the bench, telling them that he wants off.
He had some good moments in the first half, but now he's absolutely down, physical down. He cannot play 90 minutes. But the experienced player, nice guy, good skills, not so fast.
And I suspect the perfect substitution could be the 24-year-old Saad Dawood. Just to shore things up once again. Ismail, who's now playing the striking role.
It's offside.
It did look offside. Flag has stayed down, though. And I think more proof there that he doesn't have the legs to keep going. He hasn't taken on. He's just thrown himself to ground. Isa under that challenge from Gurumangi. Free kick for Rahman. No, Bahrain committing 4 more fouls than India. Rahman's ball is a good one. Ismail was there. Chetri was looking for Gurumangi. Oh, nice play from Ismail. He's full of confidence. And he's shown that he can score goals as well. Fatadi. He's got Marzuki and Meshkas in the middle. Ismail. Fatadi. Well, they just about get away with a little bit of showboating from the new man, Fatadi. Isa takes off. Flag stays down. Isa with the little pass, trying to slide it inside to Marzuki. Subrata Pal. Long, Chetri with a good nod down to the substitute, Mirajuddin. Now the other substitute. Mejaruddin again, trying to get on the end of that. He's given it away. Sharida still furious. Abhishek. Climax. Oh, it was a good effort, but again straight at the keeper. In fact, it's not Isa coming off, it's Ismail coming off, the goal scorer. And so, in that respect, it's a rather defensive move.
But Ismail and John, I believe this is a good attacking side. Both players are working good together. Good individual skills.
The two dangers, perhaps, in this Bahrain side for their final game against Australia. Climax Lawrence nodding down to Deepak, but the switch of play asking too much of Gurumangi, and so it is the number 16 that's come on, Saad Dawood. And I think we can safely say that Bahrain will finish this match without a striker. Ismail already is a goal scorer from midfield. And now it's the holding midfielder, Fatadi, that looks as though he's moved up front. 90 kilometers run by Bahrain, 96 by India. Well, there's nobody there, of course, for Bahrain, because they've got no strikers left. Rahman trying to turn. Gurumangi gets a good ball forward. Climax Lawrence gets it wide to Nabi. He's playing a little further up the field now. Deepak. The challenge from Dawood. Well, too strong, the buffeting from Nabi on Omar. Marzuki taking his time. Switch of play all the way across to Isa. Shurkumar can't keep it in play as Stephen Diaz apologies for belting the ball into Rakia. Salman Isa then, whose influence has waned. As you mentioned, he was hiding out on this left flank, making much less impact on the match.
India did more than I personally expected. I was absolutely sure there is no way, and all of football coaches, commentators and fans know that. It was only one goal to score a goal during this tournament, and they scored 2. And I think it's a great achievement, and we have to respect that they did everything what they can do. They have only one outstanding player, Paul Zubratu. It's good to see him here, and it will be very interesting where he will play after this tournament. I believe that clubs in United Arab Emirates or Saudi Arabia, or even here Jordan, Syria, they can pick up him. He is a goalkeeper with a good international standard, and he is only 25 years old.
Chetri gives it away. Rahman looking for Fatadi. Oh, Fatadi, he'll capitalize on that mistake. Now, will he get the support he needs? That's the question. Rahman's making his way into the middle. And in the end, Fatadi just passes it straight to Nabi. Chetri for Abhishek. Climax Lawrence. Deepak.
Nine goals in 2 matches received. You can see there is a big gap from India to all the other teams.
There's the effort from a long way out. Bounces around off players. Rakia has gone down as well, having taken the brunt of that one. Well, they still do have their emblematic captain, Baichung Bhutia, 34 years of age. He's just about ready to make a return to action, according to the noises out of the Indian camp. Not quite match fit enough to take part in this one. I wonder if he would have made a bit of a difference up front as well. Now 34 years of age, but such experience as well. 108 caps, 42 goals, both records for India. And he, hopefully for them, will be back for their final match of the tournament against Korea Republic. That game to be played next Tuesday, the 18th of January. And simultaneously, it will be Australia taking on Bahrain.
It's not arrogant to say Korea Republic can sit back and wait for their last match. They will definitely win this match. They can rest some players for the next round. There is no way. But Australia and Bahrain have to be focused, absolutely, and concentrated to make the next round.
Well, even a draw for Korea Republic will see them through against India. That's a good ball for Steven Diaz. Can India finish this one on a high? They'll have a corner.
Pessimists will say everything is possible in football. You never know, and you have to be concentrated for the match against India to the South Korea Republic, but I think there is no danger. It's over now for India. Good experience.
Well, it has been clearly a great experience. All but one player playing domestically in India. A chance for them to to show their wares on the continental stage. And it's been a big step up for them in class. Perhaps in the end, just a bit too big a step up in class. 3 minutes of stoppage time. It's a good ball. Oh, and Chetri almost helped himself to a second. Those 3 minutes of stoppage time have begun. Chetri trying to get in front of Rahman. Fatadi with a nice ball for Omar. Goal kick for Subrata Pal, who will, as he's done right from the very first minute of this match, look long. Chetri with the flick on. Abhishek. Chetri again. He's looked lively, the number 11 for India. He's worked so hard, as they all have. It's not a bad cross either from Surkumar. Well, no coach ever likes losing, but I'm sure Bob Houghton will be able to take the positives away from this performance. His side came here on a hiding to nothing. The cross is a good one. And that was a great chance for Abhishek, who's won everything in the air all night. And when he has a chance with a free header on goal, doesn't make enough contact. Omar again. Gives it away. The shot from distance blocked. Only as far as Chetri. Chetri twisting and turning. He might get it back off a Bahrain player. Well, that's not the final whistle. I think it's going to be a yellow card in the end for Mirajuddin Wadu for kicking that one away.
India can be proud. They are part of a great tournament here, 2011 in Qatar. They scored 2 goals. More is impossible. Now, they will never forget this tournament.
And it has been an excellent tournament as well, with some great football matches. And some great football matches still to come. About 15 seconds left in the 3 minutes of stoppage time. Rahman, Isa still trying to make a run off the shoulder. Fatadi playing his more conventional deep-lying midfield role. Fatadi again. Well, there's not too much doubt the match will be, as there goes the final whistle. Bahrain, and 4 goals to Ismail Abdulatif, that man on your screen, have defeated India by 5 goals to 2.
Score is Bahrain 5, India 2.
Well, the first 3 from Ismail in this match for his hat-trick were all very simple finishes. The 4th was a great goal, but he's shown he knows what to do in front of goal, Ismail. JC John as well up front, works hard, didn't get a goal today. Nothing to say about the result.
The weakness in the Bahrain team are the defenders. There is a lot of, they are not very confident with the ball. They kick long balls, they are strong in the air. If you put them under pressure, there are big problems. But you never know. It will be a great match. Player of the match, Ismail.
As there we see his goals. Well, that's all we've got time for here from the Al Sadd Stadium, then, where it's finished 5-2 to Bahrain over India. From myself, Robbie Thompson, and Bert Stranger. We'll see you again tomorrow for more Asian Cup football. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Ismail Abdulatif from Bahrain. إسماعيل عبد اللطيف. تتشرف سامسونج الراعي الرسمي كأس آسيا قطر 2011 ومقدم جائزة أفضل لاعب أن تهنئ اللاعب رقم 11 إسماعيل عبد اللطيف على مستواه العالي في اللاعب اليوم.
مبروك إسماعيل. صاحب الهاتريك، الف مبروك على هذه النتيجه والف مبروك على هذه الاهداف الجميله اللي سجلتها اليوم. شو تقول للجماهير البحرينيه؟ وايضا مستواكم اليوم كان مستوى طيب انكم سجلتوا 5 اهداف.
اول شيء بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، نقول مبروك حق منتخبنا ونقول هارد حق المنتخب الهندي. طبعا الحمد لله رب العالمين، الكل كان يعني ضامن نقاط المباراه، بس الحمد لله احنا داخل نفسنا احترامنا المنتخب الهندي، هاي اللي خلانا نطلع بالنتيجه الكبيره. وبالنسبه للاهداف اللي سجلتها بالنهايه توج منتخب البحريني فايز من اسماعيل عبد اللطيف. يعني
المباراه القادمه امام المنتخب الاسترالي كيف تنظروا له بعد ما حصلتوا على 3 نقاط؟
والله مباراة حياة وموت، يعني خلاص اذا نفوز نتاهل، نتعادل او نخسر طبعا نطلع من البطولة. ان شاء الله بتكون لها حسابات عند المدرب كابتن سلمان شريدة، وان شاء الله كل حادث حديث ان شاء الله.
اعتقد طرد فوزي عايش كان بيأثر على المنتخب في المباراة القادمة؟
والله فوزي لاعب كبير يعني ومن اهم اللاعبين في المنتخب البحريني، بس يعني ان شاء الله نجد حلول حق هذه الطرد وحق هاللاعب فوزي ان شاء الله. حبيبي مشكور.
www.afcasiancup.com. Please follow the signs or ask any of our spectator service staff for direction. The AFC Asian Cup Qatar 2011 hopes you enjoyed the competition and thanks you for your participation. السيدات والسادة الحضور، على المشجعين الراغبين في شراء تذاكر المباريات التالية زيارة أكشاك التذاكر المتواجدة خارج أسوار محيط الاستاد. كما يمكن شراءها عبر الموقع الإلكتروني www.afcasiancup.com. يرجى اتباع العلامات أو سؤال أي من فريق خدمات الجماهير.